Hey, how's it going? My name's Matthew, aka EZBOT, and welcome to another live stream, Saturday edition. Today's stream is sponsored by Magic and sampling, which is what the Digitakt is offering us today. Because this new machine by Electron, in my first few minutes playing with it, not only have I been slightly stumped by where things are now put on the panel of the machine, but it's awesome. I mean, this thing is awesome. So I figured the best way for us to explore the Digitakt 2 is to make some music on it, right? That's the best way to put it to its test. So that's what I plan on doing today. I'm gonna do some sampling and mess around with the Digitakt, but mostly there's some features that I really wanted to check out, and I should have made like a list of them because I'm gonna have to just like think really hard on it about what exactly I want to do to test out the Digitakt 2. And but those features are, of course, stereo sampling. So there's so many devices in my studio that I have avoided using with my Digitakt because it sums to mono, and I've used with other things like my M8, which doesn't sum to mono, right? It's got stereo sampling, but the sample rate is higher on the Digitakt. This is the best sampler besides maybe an MPC that is out right now. This is it. This is the this is future tech right here. This future music tech, and this thing is awesome. I love what they've done so far. In fact, my first impression, legit my first impression of Digitakt 2 in the first couple of minutes of having it on the table sitting next to my Syntakt is that it makes my Syntakt feel dated. Like instantly, I was just like, all right, well, the Syntakt is now, I need Syntakt 2. And that's not coming. So I'm just like, I was talking with Electron, and one of the things that we were discussing, I was talking with Mario from Electron, and the first thing that I said to Mario was that I think I might need two Digitakt 2s because Digitakt 1 feels very like an ancient device to me already, but like I said, the Syntakt feels old to me. Look at this. 8 bars with bar looping. Let me get out of this mute mode. With bar looping? What? I don't even know how to do it yet. I gotta figure this out. I've literally gotten to play with the Digitakt 2 for just a few minutes because it just arrived this morning. And I'm stoked. I'm stoked to dive into it with everybody live here. So you're gonna watch me fumble around the Digitakt because I'm not a Digitakt 2 Pro. I'm going to be because I'm going to use it. It's going to replace my Digitakt, and that's my favorite machine that I own. But yeah, just totally blown away. We got a keyboard scale. We have the velocity quantization, or not the velocity mode, which will be really cool in collaboration with decoupling velocity from your sample volume and using that to control like your comb filter, depth, and the delay. Like there's just a lot of wild stuff to explore in the Digitakt 2 that I think it's going to take many months of people messing with this before we see like the fruits of Electron's labor, what this actually is capable of doing, because it's so fresh and there's so many new concepts and new ideas in here that just didn't exist in the workflow of the Digi line. There's some stuff taken from the analog rhythm that is now here, like the mute modes, like being able to we're in the mute mode, being able to do this, right? That was something you could already do on the analog rhythm, queuing up your mutes. This isn't a new idea for Electron. This is an old idea, in fact. It's just new to the Digi line. So there's a bunch of stuff from the flagship devices, which kind of alludes to, like, what is Electron doing? Are they making the Mark II analog stuff less relevant? And by means taking those ideas, like a lot of the stuff from the rhythm is in the Syntakt, but they did just update the rhythm with some stuff that's now in the Digitakt. So it's just like there's so much overlap in all of their devices right now. I'm not really sure where they're going. It does seem like they're going with this form factor. I don't anticipate an Octatrack Mark III anytime soon, if ever, which is cool because I love the Octatrack and I think it's good at what it does, and it's going to still do exactly what I have it do. It's a performance mixer for me, and that's always what it's going to be. And think that's its best use case, especially with the Digitakt having stereo sampling now. And I know that so many people are comparing Digitakt 2 to the Octatrack, and I'll probably have a whole separate stream that we'll do and really just discuss that deeply. Like, is the Digitakt 2 and the Octatrack, is this making the Octatrack irrelevant? And I think the answer is no. We don't have live sampling on the Digitakt 2, and that is the mainstay of the Octatrack. We have the interactive effects processing with the crossfader, and we have live sampling on the Octatrack, and we don't have this here, and we're never going to have it here. I don't think they're going to add a looper machine to the Digitakt, even though that is an idea, right? They could do it. The processing power in the Digitakt 2 is far superior to anything else Electron has on the table right now. This thing blows all the machines out of the water in terms of how fast the CPU is here. It's just incredible. And I've been diving into these menus, and I love what they've done. I think these are vast improvements, but one of the things about it is that they're not the same. They're not one-to-one anymore. Syntakt and Digitakt are not the same at all. Digatone and Digitakt are not the same at all anymore. The windows look different. The graphics are different. Where things are is different. You now have to learn the Digitakt 2 separately from learning other Electron boxes. So it puts it more in line with like when you learn the Analog 4. It's nothing like the Rhythm. When you learn the Octatrack, it's nothing like the Syntakt. Everything is feeling very different. Syntakt and Digatone still very much the same. Everything is in the same places. We have 4 pages to work on, and we have to do our workarounds to get into 8 bars. We don't need to do that anymore with Digitakt 2. And I need to figure out how to loop. I need to figure out how to loop the pages. Somebody wants to tell me how to do that, because I'm forgetting. Daddy Takt. Oh, what's up, Jeremy? Fumble all over me, Daddy. That's what's going to happen here. I'm going to be fumbling all over all the daddies in the chat here, which I'm excited to do. Why am I out of focus? Pay attention to me, camera. Hopefully that wasn't the case the whole time. Yeah, here I am. Here I am. Do I need to like adjust my camera? Is that what's going on? Yeah, so someone tell me how to loop the pages. Or do I need to be in this step mode to do it? I do. I figured it out. Never mind. No one needs to tell me. Okay. My first thought and the first feature that I want to talk about and explore, besides stereo sampling, of course, which is the big feature on the Digitakt, is this loop page functionality. And I want to talk about why this is so dope, and also why it makes me kind of feel like I want to get rid of my Syntakt and have a second Digitakt 2. I think I am going to get 2 Digitakt 2s. I think that this is such a powerful tool now that I want another one in my studio, maybe to pair with my modular, because it's awesome. MIDI Learn, that's something we had on the Octatrack we didn't have on the Digitakt or any other Electron device. We now have that on the Digitakt, which I don't even know how to do yet. I haven't even touched that. So you're literally seeing me touch this device and get to know this device for the very first time right now. And I know that might suck for some folks who are looking for a tutorial. That is not what this is. We're going to talk today. This is a discussion, and we're going to do a little bit of exploration. We're going to do some sampling, see how it sounds. I'll tell you, I loaded my old set into the Digitakt because Transfer 1.8, which is what's out right now, is relevant and works with Digitakt 2. Loop Cloud does not work with Digitakt 2, and that is a very sad thing for me because I really, really wanted to load it up with stereo samples, and like you just go through that process of having how easy it is with Loop Cloud to put stuff on the Digitakt is such a great feature. We don't have that yet. That's a bummer. We don't have Overbridge yet. I don't really care that much, except for when I'm teaching in private lessons or something and somebody wants to learn about that. That's not a big thing for me. I'm more about the experience of playing with the device. So I'm okay waiting for Overbridge. I really did want Loop Cloud though. I really did. I've gotten used to that, and I think it's a really, really great feature with the Digitakt. So I'm excited for that to come. But let me talk about this page looping thing for a second and why this is so cool and why it's very reminiscent of this, the Dirty Wave M8, my other all-time favorite device. And they're getting a little bit closer to each other. I think the Digitakt is superior, in my opinion, because I am an Electron geek and I love this machine. Superior in a different way. They're different devices. They do different things. This has synthesizers on it. It goes in your pocket. It's just, But in terms of like a live performance device, this is definitely my mainstay. And I know that Electron's added a lot of really cool features to the Digitakt to make it better for live performance without needing other boxes. Still, those features are not good enough for me to get rid of my Octatrack and doing performance template stuff. It just doesn't cut it. Control All with being able to select what Control All does, that's cool if you don't own an Octatrack. But if you own an Octatrack, like, that doesn't cut it for me. It's going to be something I use for sure. Because before, I know we were going to talk about the page looping, and we are, and I'm going to talk about why this is relevant. But I get sucked into little nooks, and I don't want to like lose my train of thought on this. But before, we had to lock in our sequencer steps. Like if we were looking at one of our tracks, look, I'm holding the wrong button already. I'm doing something weird. We hold track because I'm used to track being right here. If you look, we go straight across. This is where the track button used to be. My muscle memory is effed already. I'm pressing the wrong buttons all over the place because things are moved around. It feels weird. So I'm still getting familiar with this. But before, we would go into a track and say we didn't want to Control All affect our kick drums. What you would do before is you would hold a step down and we would lock in the tune parameter. Look at this weird graphics, these new graphics. We would lock in the tune parameter like this, and that way when you did Control All, it wouldn't affect the tune of your kick drums. And that was what you would do if you were a Digitakt user playing live shows. We don't have to do that anymore because we have, where is it? Control All config, here it is. Now I can say just don't Control All track 1, right? I really did think that when they said Control All config, that I was going to be able to select what parameters weren't Control Alt. That's what I thought it meant. That's not the case. It does mean your track, which is cool because I don't want to control all my kick drums anyway, but I do like to control all my kick drums amplitude, like the envelope. And look at this, we have 2 different envelopes now. We now have an ADSR. Cool. Because before we just had an attack, hold, decay, which is a typical envelope for a sampler. Typically, we're just holding out the sample playback for as long as the gate length is, or trig length in Octatrack talk. What's going on? Hey, thanks for the tip. Yeah, I would have thought that that's what I'm saying, right? A holy shit Control All config. Yeah, pretty cool. So that's what I thought it meant, and that's not what it means. I still think it's very valuable. I think that I was definitely confused, and I thought it was more specific or more deliberate than that. But that's not the case, and that's fine because honestly, I don't use the Control All feature very much when I'm playing shows. I'm usually controlling all through a performance mixer of some sort. If it's not the Octatrack, it would be like, the Chaos Pad or something. But usually it's, the Octatrack for me. So that's cool, and I'm glad it's there. I don't think it's the most relevant thing in the world, but I am stoked about it. I do think it's great. I love all the extra features, all the little add-ons. I don't even know the potential of the Control All selection yet because there's so much new stuff in Digitakt 2. And which kind of brings me to this point that I thought that Digitakt 2 was Digitakt Mark II. And so to me, it was like Digitakt Mark II, like Octatrack Mark II. Octatrack Mark II is like, it's Octatrack, but just a little bit better, right? Just a little bit better. That's Octatrack Mark II is just only slightly better than Octatrack Mark I. It was, barely any better. Mostly the same box, just a little bit different look, balanced ins and outs, and a couple of extra buttons added. We got the extra buttons added on the Digitakt 2, right? But Digitakt 2 is not Digitakt Mark II. It's called Digitakt 2, and they discontinued Digitakt. It's done. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we are done getting updates for the Digitakt, because none of their hard work on Digitakt 2 is going to be relevant for Digitakt 1. It doesn't have the functionality or capabilities. So maybe we keep getting updates. I don't know, but I wouldn't foresee it. I think that Digitakt might be finished. It's the best-selling device, I think, of all time with Electron, but it could be finished. I don't know. I'm not like trying to hint at anything. I literally don't know. I never asked. When I was talking with Electron, I didn't get to ask that question. But I'm stoked about the stuff that we have, so I'm not complaining about that. I'm very excited about what we have in the Digitakt 2. I don't care about my Digitakt anymore. I have a Digitakt too. All right, so I went off this side thing for too long. I really wanted to talk about this page looping function. This is the first feature that we're going to take a look at. And I want to talk about why this is so incredibly relevant, and this is one of the best features in the Digitakt 2. This is one of my most anticipated features. When I found out about this, I was like, whoa, this is awesome. The amount of work that you can get done on the Digitakt, not just on a live performance aspect, because I know people are probably thinking, page loop on the Digitakt, like the Rhythm, which has page loop, right? Another feature that was already existed in the Electron ecosystem, now brought to the DigiLine. Let's note that, put that on, jot that down in your mind and be like, this stuff has already existed. It's now coming to the DigiLine, the smaller box line, which has more superior computing power. So I don't know what that means. I'm just pointing that out. The advantage of this page looping and why this is so cool and this is so relevant and why I was comparing it to the M8 Tracker, my other favorite sampler, is that in the Tracker workflow, when you're going through chains, which is the same as patterns, basically, kind of. It's similar to patterns. It's the same as pages. That's the best way we can put it. On the Tracker, you can go all the way up to 16 pages, right? On the Digitakt, now we can go up to 8 pages. But on the M8, you can go into a page and, for instance, you can highlight on the M8 and loop. I can loop a page and edit a page as it's looping across a global scale. So all the pages will loop together at the same time. That's really great for doing some very specific editing on your projects. This is so cool. So now I can go into a song, something we need to test, actually. This is my old set. I'm playing a show on Tuesday, so I'll be playing this set. So I'm calling it my old set, even though it's pretty new. Something I wanted to test as well is, does page loop, well, it won't, because the Digitakt Octatrack is my master clock, so there's no way for us to test this today. But it's something I will test in the future, I guess, is if the Digitakt is your master clock and I do a page loop, would it page loop another machine? And I'm sure the answer is no, right? I already know that it's going to be no. But I do want to test it and just make sure that that's not the case. But now you can page loop, go into our step editor. We'll go to page 4, because right now I was working in an 8-bar scale, but across 4 pages from old Digitakt. Now I can, I got to redo all my stuff needs to be rethought out now because I have 8 pages of editing. I'm an 8-bar music maker. That's how I write all my music in 8 bars. So now I actually have a page for every segment of 8 bars. That's incredible, right? And if I hold page down, I can loop a section and hit play. So let's do that. Loop a section. All right, we're looping this. You got nothing, nothing goes to waste. Right? If you got nothing, nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste. How do I loop it? Stay up. You got nothing. Okay, so far I'm pressing loop. Do I have to do it here? I need to stop pressing. Double pressing stop. Okay. You got nothing, nothing goes to waste. If you got nothing, nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste. Stay up. You got nothing, nothing goes to waste. If you got nothing. Honestly, I don't even know how it works yet. Somebody tell me what's going on. How do I make it loop my pages? And maybe it won't loop because this is an old Digitakt project. Maybe that's why. So if I go to load project, you can see that I have 2 projects that were imported, and turned into a Digitakt 2 project from a Digitakt 1. Maybe that's the case, or maybe we need to look at the manual to find out. My point is, and I'm sure so many other music creators will agree with the potential of this. I should have probably watched more loop hop videos. But my point is that looping a page for live performance, wow, that's really cool for techno production or something. The power of looping a page is precise editing, listening to a single bar over and over and editing just that bar. That's so cool to me. To the manual. That's, yeah, somebody go to the I have the manual pulled up on my computer. And I looked at it and it said to hold the page, you know, when we're in step editor, and go to the page, and but that's not what's happening. So let's check it out. I will pull it up. All right, to the manual. I'm looking at it right now. Record step. I know you can't see it. Let me see. I can make it so that you can see it too. Full screen browser. And let's grab the manual. Yup. Now we're looking at the manual. Can we get some hold music? David Head, guitarist? What's up, Dave? That's my old guitar instructor. If you're in Washington, he's a great guitar instructor. Excellent jazz guitarist. Yeah, here's some hold music for you. All right. Grid recording. Okay, you can also possibly select what pages on a pattern you want the sequencer to play and loop. Select pages that are looped on playback. Hold page, then press trigs 9 through 16. Oh, trigs 9 through 16. Oh! Well, what is this doing? What am I doing when I do that? I don't even know what this does. Okay, anyway, let's go. Okay, it's doing it now. Yes! All right, we learned it. We can get back to this. Okay, so I know all of you probably already know how to do this because you probably watched like 10,000 tutorial videos. I didn't watch all those videos. I did. I watched them one time. I didn't watch them a bunch of times. I read the manual on an airplane flight, and anyway, I wanted to explore it myself because I wanted to know how seamlessly I could just dive into the Digitakt, and would it be as easy to learn Digitakt 2 as it was for me to learn Syntax. Syntax was like piece of cake. So this is a much more complex device than it used to be. Much more. I've already discovered that it offers so much more than it did, and so it's more complex in that fashion. So to loop a page, these are our 8 bars of pages. I can select that one. What does that do? Are these my patterns in my bank? No. What is happening? Look at this. This looks different. That's cool. All right. Okay. What was that doing?
You got nothing, nothing goes to waste. If you got nothing, nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste.
Loop these 4 bars.
You got nothing, nothing goes to waste. If you got nothing, nothing goes to waste.
What? I don't even know what is happening right there. I honestly don't know what this selection is. What happens here? This moves across there. This selects the page, and I can turn loop off. Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, if I want to loop bar 4, let's go to bar 4. Let's turn off the Syntax for now. It's doing it across all of them. Okay, this is what's so sick. So now I can go into my hi-hat page on bar 4, and we can adjust bar 4 hi-hat repeatedly. Just look at bar 4. Trig condition. New trig parameters. Velocity fade for the triggers instead of doing the up button. Okay. Where am I going? This is where I want to be. This is so incredible because it really feels like a brand new machine. This does not feel like Digitakt 1 at all to me. This is literally a new Electron box. I am like having to relearn this machine. I don't know where everything is. And there's just new graphics for everything. It's confusing. Look at the way loop looks. I don't want to screw it up. Okay, so anyway, I wanted to adjust. I wanted to. What was I even trying to adjust? I was trying to adjust my trig length. Where is that? Oh, that's in my source menu now. Okay, cool. Well, no, I want to know the actual. This is still the trig length. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I loaded my old Digitakt project into here, into the Digitakt 2, and I swear to God, it sounds better than it used to sound. I mean it. I listened to it and I was just like, why does this sound cleaner? What is it about this that just sounds so much better? And I think part of the reason is the Digitakt 2 can go up 4 octaves, I think, right? In pitch. Can repitch up 4 octaves now instead of just 2 octaves. It was going down like 6 octaves before and 2 octaves up. And now it goes up 4 octaves and down 6 octaves or something. And so it just has better sample fidelity. And I think that the reverb delay and all of that just sounds better now. There's just something about it. Just
You got nothing goes.
it just sounds better.
If you got nothing goes.
All right. Something that we have to check out now is I have not heard the Digitakt 2's chorus yet, and the first thing I wanted to put chorus on was vocals. I was like, what happens when I put chorus on vocals? This song has me saying that line over and over again. I want to hear how chorus sounds on vocals.
You got nothing goes to waste.
And I think that's on...
Nothing goes to waste.
Why doesn't it tell me what the name of the sample is? Okay. Sound 4, 5, 7?
Stay up. You got nothing goes to
I don't like that.
waste. If you got nothing goes.
I found something to complain about. Something that I really liked about Digitakt 1 was that I would sometimes, like during a live show, not remember what I had on what track, and I would hold track down and select a track, and it would read to me the name of the sample that's associated with the track. So it would say like vocal sample, or kick drum, whatever. Now, it doesn't say that. It says sound 7, sound 8. And I wonder if that's because I imported this project, but it's right there. I want it to tell me the name of the sample. Guitar sustain 1. Okay. I have to hold this down to see? Okay. Effects menu. Chorus.
You got nothing goes to waste. If you got nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste.
Wait a second here.
I've got to stay up to sleep.
Whoa!
Got to stay up to sleep.
That sounds awesome. Alright, I still gotta find that. Where is it?
Got to stay up to sleep. I got to stay up to sleep. I got to stay up.
What? I swear to God, it just sounds better. What? Am I wrong? Nothing goes to waste. Okay.
You got nothing.
This is the one I wanted to give chorus to. Not this one. Oh my God, I can't stop hitting that keyboard button. It's driving me insane.
You got nothing, nothing goes
Oh yeah,
to
sick.
waste. If you got nothing, nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste.
Chorus on the vocals? That's so sick.
Stay up. You got nothing, nothing goes to waste. If you got nothing, nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes.
Yes. I wish this had chorus. This needs chorus even more than this does. What if we chorus these hats? I don't know if people usually put chorus on their hats, but it sounds kind of cool. Wow, this thing just sounds so much better. This is ridiculous. Function yes. We have this kit perform. I don't have a kit loaded. Should we save a kit? A130. Look at all this dialogue. Oops. Stay up. Hit. 3. Alright, so now I can perform with the kit. Control all. Look how high up we can go now. Oh my god, I haven't even checked out the new filters yet. So now if I... Yeah! I don't have... Okay, this is a game changer. To be honest, this is a game changer. Control all is definitely better than it was before with the control all config, but having the perform kit mode, saving a kit, this is sick. Because before, you had this operation where if you wanted to perform live, you'd go function yes, you'd save to a temporary area, you'd control all, you'd mess with all your parameters, and then you'd have to go function no to return to it before you went to the next pattern. Otherwise, when you return to that pattern later, it would be saved in that state. Or you could accidentally function yes after you've control alt, and you would save basically permanently save that kit, you know, until you restarted your project or reloaded your project. But now that's not the case. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to do the function yes, function no, reload stuff anymore. We can just save the kit, go into perform kit mode, and play live. So the Digitakt is becoming pretty formidable in a live performance aspect because of that, because we no longer have that goofy trip up that we had before, because that was a really bad time. Like, you could really screw stuff up, and it made you not want to play with control all in a live setting because you were afraid of screwing up your project or the whole pattern. So if you did like a control all kind of performance effect, or you're trying to like do a little trick with control all in the beginning of your pattern, you had the potential of destroying your entire pattern for the rest of that pattern. And if you're writing music that sits on a single pattern for a long period of time, like you're doing some techno, for instance, you might be on pattern 1 for a couple minutes. Even if you did a control all and screwed that up at the beginning of your pattern, it was a very, very bad time. So you could, of course, reload the kit on Digitakt 1 or reload your pattern on Digitakt 1, but a lot of people didn't even know that. I've taught countless lessons on the Digitakt, and so many people who have had them for years didn't even know you could save your patterns. So this is already just a better workflow because people don't have to remember to save the pattern. They can just save their kit, and I think people are going to get really used to building kits on the Digitakt. As I imagine, a lot of people are going to be making kit sample packs or having all these pre-made kits that you can get from the Digitakt for Digitakt 2, which I think is really cool. So I'm very excited about that. I think it's great. And the idea that Digitakt 2 is backwards compatible with Digitakt 1 is so awesome. This worked seamlessly. I had it for only a couple minutes and then I left to go get some coffee. I came back and my projects were restored from Digitakt 1 onto Digitakt 2 via transfer, and it just worked. And I was very excited about that. Okay, so far my favorite things that we've covered: Perform Kit, really cool. This is going to be a great feature for live settings, and I think that we're going to find a lot of cool tips and tricks people are going to figure out for using the Digitakt. Looping segments of your pattern, by far the best feature added to Digitakt 2 besides stereo sampling, in my opinion. Having 8 bars to work on and being able to loop segments or loop a bar while you're editing a project is probably my favorite feature, honestly. That's just so powerful. Like I said, it's how the Dirty Wave M8 works, and it's why you can write these really intricate patterns on the M8. Because you don't have to wait to get to bar 8 to work on bar 8. You just go to bar 8, you loop bar 8, and you work on bar 8. That's the amount of time you save waiting to get to the 8th bar of a pattern that's ridiculous. How long it took to do that? Like if I wanted to edit bar 8, I had to wait to get to bar 8, and then it would pass bar 8 and then loop around again and just keep, I spent countless hours. That's a thing of the past now. And that is one of the things that makes me feel like my syntax is old, because now I don't want to do that here. That's why I was thinking I might even have 2 Digitakts, and just like we have these wild filters. I haven't even touched the comb filter yet. I don't even know how it sounds. We have these cool filters. We have a morphing multimode filter, a new low pass filter, and a comb filter, stereo, single cycle waveforms potentially. I think the single cycle waveforms on here are monophonic, but we could potentially have 2 waveforms, one that's doing a waveform in the left channel, one that's doing a waveform in the right channel. I don't even know how that would sound. That's like a binaural synthesis thing, I guess. I don't even know. Like, I haven't even played with that. I haven't even sampled yet. There's so much to dive into. But so far, these are my favorite features, is that looping of the page feature. Godsend. Make sure you're using that while you're programming your music. Just skip to the bar and program on that bar. My God, do I wish that this had it. I don't even want to look at these. Only 4 dots? Pathetic. 8 dots. 8 dots for life. This is so cool to have 8 bars that I can work with. All these I keep hitting this keyboard button. I don't like that. That frustrates me. I also want these to tell me the sample. Okay, let's skip across. Chorus on vocals. So good. Using the EQ. Perform kit. I don't have do I have the kit saved? No. All right, let's dive into a new thing. It's time to let's put it through the ringer. What I really want to know about, we're going to go to a brand new pattern. We're not going to listen to the same old music anymore. Bank one. What is this? These weird sounds on here. All right, here's what I want to know. Single cycle waveforms. How do they sound? Form kit, get out of here. Let's check it out. It just sounds better. It just does. All right. Oh my God, I can't stop hitting that button. I can't wait till I get over that. Okay, single cycle waveform. Let's see if this still works. Function, yes. I don't know. Maybe not. Oscillators. Wavetables? What? Oh, they're just samples of... They're like already morphing. So what is it, left? Whoa, what's going on over there? Auto preview. That's cool. That's it. Wait a second. Is it just smart and it knows to cycle the waveforms? Okay. It does. It is just smart. It just knows to cycle the waveforms. This... What? You freaking kidding me? That's amazing. You're so smart. Okay. Let's check out the multi-mode morphing filter. Yeah. Sick. The amount of synthesis you're going to be able to do with these new filters, like, this is a dope monophonic synthesizer. It really is. Like, the Digitakt already was a very formidable synthesizer. Most digital synthesizers are using wavetables and single cycle waveforms for the most part anyway, unless it's like an FPGA synthesizer. So it's like, this is very comparable to an expensive digital monosynth. I mean, this is an expensive digital monosynth. Let's not get that wrong. All right, let's go in here, cycle, forward looping. Modifier, 3 LFOs. You know that they're going to, you know why this is called mod, right? There's going to be envelopes in here. They didn't call it mod and just have LFOs. Why would they do that? They would call it LFO. It's mod because we're going to get envelopes and LFOs and get to pick. That's so good. Okay. Filter type. Let's morph this filter type. This is where I edit my effects. Okay, that's new. Let's make this delay sound good. High pass, thank you. Reverb, decay, very high. High pass the crap out of it. And leave the chorus the way it is, I guess. The heck? That's pretty cool. Key tracking. Reset. I mean, we're just playing around. I'm just pushing it. I'm trying to see what... Re-trigger. Okay. Sample. Function yes. Okay, it does work. Oh, yeah. What? I am gonna be going ham on this. All right. Personalize. Turn the blacklight down. It's a little loud, a little bright. Actually, no, I actually want that back up. It's not an audio routing. Where is it? Velocity to volume. Turn that off. Velocity mod. Comb filter feedback. Am I just blowing out? Am I clipping? Do I even need a Syntact anymore? That's insane. All right. Tone filter's cool. What's the other filter? Low pass 4. Oh my god! This is a sawtooth wave. What is that high pitch sound? What is making that sound? Sample rate. Oh my god, this filter sounds really good. This sounds like a ladder filter. This is the best sounding filter I have ever heard on a digital synthesizer. Or on a sampler. Still, swear to god, I hear a little bit of the sample rate reduction. It sounds so good. Look at how high we can go up. Ugh. Importamento? What? All right, I will acknowledge the chat here for a second. I know that there's folks asking questions and stuff. Please do acid. You don't want to see me do acid. Nobody wants to see Matt on acid. These are all factory sounds. Yes, these are factory single cycle waveforms. Let's check out the wave tables. I'm very curious about that. Whoops. Okay, back to chat. Sorry about that. I'm very excited. This is Digitakt 2. Like, this is insane. Maximum resonance? It's distorting. Missed most of the stream. What's it like for live performance? I haven't even started. Syntact for life. Sorry, Ill Gates. What's going on, folks? There's a whole lot of people hanging out. Everybody's excited about Digitakt 2. So am I. I'm crazy excited about this. This is wild. I bet you we're gonna see a firmware update soon. I wouldn't be surprised if we start finding some bugs. It's very fresh. I'm looking through the chat. Thank you, Master Macheteer, for the tip. Any chance of making it into Performance Mixer? No chance. Zero chance of that. It doesn't do that. That's not what it does. User-friendly, what's going on? User-friendly's music's in here. You should watch this video on it. It's hilarious. And full of great sounds. Any good questions that I could maybe explore? Do you think DT2 makes updates like chorus, master compressor, even the mono? I hope that they add chorus to the Syntakt. Do you think DT2 makes updates like chorus? I actually don't know what you mean by that. Multimode is awesome because you can smoothly transition from low pass to band without having to switch. Yeah, without making the click. Yes, that is why that is awesome. That's one of the reasons why it's awesome. You can also do a lot of cool synthesis with it. Thinking about selling your analog rhythm to get one. I wouldn't fight you on that idea. I think the Digitakt 2 is a superior device. In terms of like just overall functionality, analog rhythm, I mean, it doesn't have 8 bars with that you can loop on bar 8. I don't know. That's just like stuff like that. Those like convenience features like that, they're so good that I feel like I don't even want to play with something that doesn't have that feature once I have it. Like I become spoiled with it and I just want it. I do think analog rhythm is a completely different device. So if you're into sampling specifically, Digitakt's going to kind of win that, you know, 'cause it's got stereo sampling. It's got 20 gigs of SD in it, which is amazing. We don't have that on the rhythm. We have 8 gig and it's mono. I don't know. I mean, somebody could make a really good argument for why the rhythm would be better in one aspect versus another. You know, it's got pads on it for drumming and performance mode. It's closer to like a mix of the Syntakt and the Octatrack kind of like mashed together because it's got those performance features. But I would say that the Digitakt 2 is a much faster music making device. I don't know. I don't want to judge too quickly because I already have fallen so hard for the Digitakt 2 in like my first 10 minutes with it that everything else to me is just not as awesome. But that's just a me thing. I'm like a Digitakt freak. I love the Digitakt. Let's jump back over here. All right, I don't know how MIDI learn works, but I am kind of curious. have something with some... No, I think this song has. There are gonna be 2 pages of CCs, maybe? 2 LFOs. Oh, our send control lives back here. There is 2 pages. Bill. Oh, it's locked. Yeah. LFO to trig. Okay. 4 notes still. Okay. How do we do MIDI learn? So we'd have to be here in this page. Do I just hold function? Do I hold this? Do I hold this and push down on something? MIDI learn. I figured it out without the manual. It's not gonna work because I don't have MIDI coming back in from my TB03, but all right. That's easy enough. Cool. Figured out MIDI learn. We didn't need the manual for that one. If you could figure something out without the manual, I mean, I do have a lot of experience with the DT, but if you can figure it out without the manual, then they did a really good job. Don't you agree? Like, to me, if I can buy a device and not have to read the manual, I mean, I do read the manuals anyway, but if I can, like, kind of like fumble my way through it without reading the manual, then somebody's done a really good job with the UI and implementation. And that just happened again. So that's cool. Glad I figured that one out. We don't need to explore that any further. What was the other? There's a... Oh, here's a big one. Here's a really big one. The compressor selection. Where is that? That's in the audio routing? Maybe? No. Where's the compressor thing? And I love this. Oh, here's a really cool feature that I got really excited about. Samples in your project directory. So like I have these samples in this project instead of in a folder. Like I can find the samples in the folder project. That's so cool. That's so much better. Such a better workflow for me. Like I'll have a whole plethora of samples for me to choose from to draw into a project, and then I can have the samples saved in the project, so I no longer have this like mess of recordings in a recording folder that's just a gross pile of samples that I don't know what they are because I've given them random names because I'm in like a rush or whatever. This is a better workflow. Much better. Project RAM. Anything we can find here? Cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. There it is. Compressor, but we want to... Oh, and that also goes through the pages. Okay. I like this. I like this key navigation. This is great. This is very cool. I'm already using the compressor. Let's go somewhere. Very stereo. Let's sample this. And then let's set the compressor up to do ducking with the kick, but not compress the kick. So I just want to hear what it sounds like to duck on here without having to use my LFO tricks to do ducking. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm so glad I don't want to ever have to do that again. Use one of my LFOs to do sidechain ducking when I have an actual compressor that can do ducking. Another thing that makes it enticing for me to replace my Syntakt with the Digitakt. But I have, you know, I do think that that probably wouldn't be a smart move. I think the Syntakt, it's, you know, it's an actual analog synthesizer and digital synthesizer. I should probably stick with that, but I'm very enchanted right now with this. Very, very enchanted. Function yes, per track, 128 steps. Oh my God. Wait, let's make this 128. Ah. Look at this, my first time actually going through 8 pages. And then I can loop it. Oh my God. I love it. I still don't know what this does. Somebody knows what that is. Tell me. in the chat. I'm gonna duck. Easy. Okay, well, let's... Shout out of the DT versus ST filter would be clutch right now. Well, there's a lot of filters on here. We only have the one. Or we have two. We have an analog filter and we have digital filter. But we have a bunch of filters on here. You think it's in the change page? Here it is. Compressor routing. All right, let's just turn off everything to the compressor. And track 8 is where we'll put a sample. We'll just get a nice stereo chord. Okay, source. Main left and right. No, I want in left and right. Ah! Stop it. Okay. Quantize recording, we don't need that. Pre-post mix. All right. Let's just get this threshold. Whoa. Threshold's here on G. No? What controls the threshold? Oh. The D encoder controls the threshold now. Okay. Hurry up and fade out, would you? Beat it, OP1. All right, trim. What's going on? Oh, I can set how the sample loops and plays back. That's very Octatrack related. That's what you could do with the Octatrack, or at least one of the features you could do with the Octatrack. Zoom. Whoa, look at the fidelity with the zoom. Sick. Looks good to me. Trim. Zoom out. Trim the back end. Yes. OP1. Chords. Saving. Takes longer to save. I mean, it is stereo. Okay. All right. Trigger. Or looping. No, we're not. Page 1. Okay. Oh, did I put it on the wrong track? I did. Okay. My bad. That was weird. All right, here we go. And you can turn off auto copy. That's kind of cool. Let's go. Retrig parameters only? Or is this the length parameter? Okay. What? Where is my trig length? Ah! This is the window I was looking for. Okay, cool. Let's give it some effects too, like some chorus. We can duck chorus. Cool. Okay. Now let's go over here and just put a couple kick drums in. This is what I wanted to hear. Oh my god. Wait a second. Mixer. Don't sidechain. Oh my god, I can't believe we can do this now. There's a grid mode. It's called grid now. It's not a slicing mode. It doesn't do what you want it to do, trust me. It's a very basic slicing concept. You still need to use your Octatrack if you want to do a very specific slicing. Okay. So now I could. 128, this blows my mind. Loop here. Interesting, okay. Oh, this doesn't have 8 pages, that's why. Okay. It doesn't have an 8th page to loop. So I can go here, the kick drums. We could say like, unloop it, hitting no. Sorry, this is so sick. I can't even believe it. I can't stop hitting this button though. How do I go up octaves? Oh my god. Trig mode preset pool? We don't even have time for all this. I'm going to be doing this all day. There's some burn-in on my Digitakt screen. I don't have any presets loaded, so that's not going to do anything. So this velocity mode, this is where it's going to be really cool with the velocity applied to 4 different modulation destinations, and then use the velocity mode. Look at how they did this like gradient. But I have velocity turned off in my audio config, don't I? Wait, where was that again? Here? Yeah. No, I have it turned on. Oh, it's just... That can't be the lowest velocity. Keyboard octave up. How do I go octave up? I'm in the keyboard mode. Do I hold the keyboard button? Of course. Okay. I wonder if that applies to the velocity mode. No. Okay. Well, we know that now. Get out of here. Stereo synthesizer, stereo samples, compressor, ducking on the kick, but not ducking the kick. Too cool. Gonna be using this in every single song. I'm just gonna not be able to stop myself. Let's try like a single cycle waveform. This can be a sample. Or this morphing wavetable. What happened to this sample? What happened to the OP1 chords? Oh, I replaced the slot. Well, that's good. Let's find out where that went. There we go. Where is he going? I'm going all over the place. I'm exploring. Sounds sick. Well, I wanted to play with these, get a chord progression, just get some chords coming in, because I really wanted to hear how it sounded when it got ducked. Input right volume? What is that? Input left, dual. Get out of here. All right, let's see what happens with the stretch machine. Let's go to a track. Actually, no, let's go back here. Back to one shot. Track here. And stretch. Sample. Do I have anything like that? Let's see. Doesn't play. Okay. It's so much better than the warp machine. That's wacky. That's pretty cool. That is pretty freaking cool. Sounds way better. Here's the warp machine doing that. Warp machine sucks. Yeah, you know, like I am just This is my first time playing with the Digitakt too, so I am one of those people who wants to hear every little nook and cranny. I want to hear how it sounds when I tune it this way, when I change it, every little thing. Like this is you're just hanging out with me while I am exploring every sound that I could possibly think of, and that's what we're doing right now. If that's not your thing, it's not your thing, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep doing exactly what I'm doing, which is just figuring out what's going on in this machine. How am I going to approach it? That machine sucks. We'll only be using stretch now. Wow, that is so much better. This sample should actually be stereo, but it got turned into a mono sample when I first on Digitakt 1, but this was a stereo sample originally, this drum loop. So I got it from a crazy drum sample pack. I thought that would audition it. Awesome. I wonder if I have a breakbeat in here. Let's see. Let's go over here.
Got to you.
Grid. Grid's the same. I guess that's cool. Whoa. Okay. I was just curious how this would sound. I mean, I think this is pretty sick where this is going already. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm just getting familiar with this machine, and I'm loving this experience because I couldn't make this sound before on Digitakt 1. Like, we started with nothing. Wow, that is so cool. So Octatrack Mark II still has more features in 2024. I'd say Octatrack Mark II has different features in 2024. They are not, it is not the same. I mean, as far as making music, I would say you're going to want to use the Digitakt 2 for like writing tracks over the Octatrack. To make most types of music, I'd say like if you're trying to make like do breaks and jungle and stuff, that you might have a more fun time on the Octatrack because of the insert effects and because of the way the slicing works on the Octatrack versus the Digitakt. But I think that if you time stretch your breaks on the Digitakt, use the time stretch, and then you resample the time stretch breaks, and then you chop it up on the grid there, that you're going to have a good enough time, close enough to what you'd be doing on the Octatrack. So at that point, you're kind of getting a similar experience. When collab with Trent Reznor? I wish. Tell that to Trent. Yeah, the comb filter looks fun. I feel like a lot of the people that I've been seeing play with needs to be at 160 BPM. You're right. You're right. The BPM is like, what are we doing at 120 with this? Really good point, Blake. Oh wait. Now here's a good question. If I do This, will it only do random locks on this page? Because it looks like I'm on page 1 suddenly. Let me see. Will it only random lock on the page? No. Right? Maybe it did? Oh, conditions are down here. Am I always gonna have a click? Are we always gonna have a click like that? I need to know. That's pretty cool. Okay. I mean, we're just messing around right here with like no intentionality, and that was pretty cool. Select track. Mute mode. Sponsor me, LaCroix. Put a fade on that LFO for pitch. Good call. Sounds a little messy. We got the compressor doing all that stuff. Oh my god. Whoa. I like... I face cammed that for so long, I'm sorry. Whoa, 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 whoa. Time signature change. Sorry, I face cam jammed that for so long. I feel guilty about making people watch my face just bounce while the music's playing, but at least it sounded pretty cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel bad. It happens to me. It happens to me a lot. Yeah. Well, that'll be on the internet forever, so you can always just watch my face do that. What else do we want to explore? We have, like, I mean, we can go nuts. That was cool. I mean, this is going to be, I haven't played with the Euclidean sequencer, but we already know what the Euclidean sequencer does. Like, I'm not, like, crazy excited about Euclidean, because it does what it does. And what? We just put in a couple Euclids. Okay. And what I really wanted was... Maybe I do like this. Never mind. Let's try the Euclidean on this thing. What is it? Where is it drawing the samples from? The Digitakt 2 just sounds better than the Digitakt 1. It just sounds better. I don't know what it is exactly that's causing that, but it's a better sounding machine. It just sounds good. I'll warble you later? How do you want me to warble you? I forget, these are not MIDI tracks. I have more samples tracks. Sounds better right there. Wait, one more time. Damn it. I didn't mean to let go of that button. What? That was hard. See if we can do something cool. Oh my god, mute mode, throwing me for a loop. There it is. That's mute mode. So we can go like... Pretty sick. I mean, it's just got so many more features. The mute mode, prepping the mutes, that's pretty strong. I think I was talking with my buddy Harry. I don't think Harry's in the chat here, but I was talking with my buddy Harry, and he emailed me and he was excited about Digitakt too. And he was talking about doing 2 different groups. Like you have a drum group here and you have a drum group here. But we have kits now, so we don't actually have to do this. But potentially you could have a kick here and a kick here and a snare here and a snare here or whatever, hat, and then just go between those mutes. So whenever you do this, it would unmute one and mute the other, and unmute one and mute the other, and you just grab 2 like that, 2 at a time, and it switches the drums out. So you could just like constantly be switching the drums out this way by grabbing 2 mutes at a time and doing that. So that's a pretty cool idea. I know I've gotten like extremely lost while diving into the Digitakt 2 and just fumbling all over the place because it really feels like a very fresh new device from Electron, which is so exciting for me. My dog is so passed out. I wish I could show you. It's pretty darn cute. What other features did I really want to check out? The page loop was really important. The sequencer effects. We've checked out the Euclidean sequencer. Nothing new in the chromatic mode. Keyboard folds. We already know all about this stuff. The mute modes. Song edit. Oh, it's the same old, same old. The perform mode, which I think is cool. Preset manage. Oh. Okay. I haven't even... Listen to this, how stereo that is. Oh my god. Let's get that. What happened to that preset? Cool. No, I don't want to save it. Manage. Wait, no, let's go upload. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Sounds absolutely insane. The techno side of this is really just awesome. All right, let's see if I'm able to play a song on here. Oh my god, get the mute mode going. No. Oh, it's right there. Let's cue that up. Wish I could cue those up. Really tell. That build-up clipped at the end there. Got a little too loud. Okay, okay.
You got nothing, nothing goes.
Oh my god, I just love the chorus on vocals. It's so good.
Nothing, nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste. Stay up. You got nothing, nothing goes to waste. If you got nothing, nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste.
Oh, this sound chorus.
Stay up. You got nothing, nothing goes to waste. If you got nothing, nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste. Stay up. Got to stay to sleep. Got to stay to sleep. Got to stay to sleep.
I guess the Digitakt 2 it really can't do these sounds, so I do want two of them still. I'm having such a hard time getting used to this mute mode. I want to go like this to go in and out of my mutes, but it's like this, and it's just, these are the struggles right here. Just getting used to these. It's a little, the ergonomics of doing that versus this finger thumb. These are the kind of things that I'm thinking about, is like literally, how do I push this quickly while I'm playing a show? Transpose is really good on DT2. All the sample management, everything is better on DT2. Yeah, and yeah, we have the scales. That was there on DT1. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours. We're just messing around. Oh my goodness. I think one of the last things I want to check out. I really want this to be, wait, here we go. Dual, single, up. There's zero crossing detection. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Damn it. The hell? Sounds better, just the 2 bars.
Got you.
What? Metronome? Where's that? So that would be really good here.
Got.
Oh, I get it. That's kind of cool. It sounds like slightly out of tune. I wonder if that's the wavetable. Oh my god, it's a start position, that's why. Okay, well that sounds bad. Something I think you're going to have to keep in mind is that you're not going to always want to use stereo samples, because what I'm noticing as I'm playing with this, like I said, this is my first 2.5 hours with it. That's how long we've been streaming for, and that's how long I've been using it for. And I do notice some like clicks and pops a little bit here and there, and I know that that has to do with the left and right channels. So when there's like zero crossing detection usually chooses the left channel, or at least in Electron's workflow, it's usually the left channel. And I don't know if there is even zero to crossing detection on Digitakt 2. I'm unsure of that. I know it is on the Octatrack, but on the Octatrack, your zero crossing detection is on the left channel. So you can still get clicks and pops in both, like one of either headphone or speaker, because there might be some sort of transient happening on the right side and not on the left side, or on the left side and not on the right side. So you're not going to always want to use stereo stuff. You're going to want to be particular about that. No, I mean, there is no X fade. There's just in the amplifier, you just can give it some attack. And I mean, that's going to solve it like most of the time, but it may not always solve it. Just something to keep in mind. Yeah, I don't like... I do love just the how stereo it is. It's so nice. It's so new to me to have that just so full on the Digitakt. Why do I keep doing that? Mute mode. Yeah, Performance Machine is the OT. Check this out. Rip. It's a magnet. Something cool, yeah, I want to show this off. They're going to be available soon if you're interested in grabbing them for the templates that I make for the Octatrack, but check this out. This one is just blank, and you can write on it with a dry erase marker. You could say low pass, high pass, and write right on your Octatrack, and then go and just erase it. Ta-da! Or you could take it off and take it into the sink and clean it. So I think that's pretty cool. They're going to be available soon. All right. We've been streaming for a really long time. I just wanted to play with the Digitakt, and thank you everybody for hanging out with me while I played with Digitakt 2, because I have been so stoked about it. I have a lot of learning to do with like new features and how I'm going to use it for my particular workflow. What I'm going to do, where am I going to put my tracks? In fact, one of the things that's so wild to me is that we have so many tracks on here, 16 tracks. This bottom row of tracks, I don't even think to put anything on them because I'm so used to it being MIDI tracks. So that's new. I'm gonna have to what am I gonna do? 16 tracks, and I got 12 tracks over here. We have so many audio tracks now. I have to build a new workflow around that, using how to use this to my advantage for a live setting. And I do a lot of electro, as you can hear, with my kind of music that I write. You know, some of it's techno, but for me, a lot of it's gonna be where I don't I'm not I can't sit on a pattern for that long because there's so much melody in my music. So I might have to come up with a new workflow to take advantage of these new sample tracks so that I can bring in different melodies on one pattern. So I don't move to a new pattern, I just switch to a different melody in the pattern. So I think that might be something that I play with, you know, doing the idea of just holding down function and then just going like this and switching like that between melodies so that I can sit on one pattern for longer. But I don't have to do that because there's so many sample slots. In fact, prep mutes, that's cool. Oh, oh my God. I mean, I haven't even looked at this yet. There's so many sample slots you can have in here. All of this is mono. These samples on the Digitakt right now, they're all monophonic. And there is no transient pops or clicks at all because they're monophonic. And I have noticed that on the stuff that we were playing with, I hear little clicks and stuff because it's sampling in stereo. Maybe that's something they'll improve with some firmware updates. But it's so wide, I love it. Definitely cool for making techno tracks. I don't even know where that one that we were playing with as we were just getting familiar with the machine, where that went, but all right, that's gonna be it for me. Streaming for almost 3 hours, and it's not the most educational stream. I'm just having fun. So thank you everybody for hanging out. My name's Matthew, aka EZBOT. If you want to get your hands on these performance templates that I have for the Octatrack, it's patreon.com/EZBOT or coffee.com/EZBOT, and you can get them there. If you'd like to support this channel, you can just leave a like on this video or in a kind comment in the comment section, and come back for more. I stream every week for a couple hours, and we usually make a track from scratch, and I like to detail what I'm doing or talk about what I'm doing live on here. So if you're trying to get familiar with electronic boxes, I'll tell you and I'll answer your questions to the best of my abilities. Digitakt 2 is awesome. I highly recommend it. Go ahead and pick one up yourself because you're going to love it. This is a blast. If you're really familiar with the Digitakt 1 and you pick up Digitakt 2, get ready for a bunch of surprises. You're going to kind of have to relearn your muscle memory on there like I am learning right now. This is going to take a while for me to adjust to Digitakt 2. But I do think it's a great improvement. Having chorus on here is great. Being able to loop scenes is really awesome. I love that. It's just stereo samples. That's awesome. The memory, 20 gigabytes. I actually feel like I could load up like 10 gigs of samples on my Digitakt and probably not have to load samples on my Digitakt again for like months and months and months because of that. And that's awesome. I love that. Sample time is up. Projects can be bigger. More samples can be used. I know a bunch of artists that like to write a whole song in a project. Don't have to do that anymore. Now you can put multiple songs in one project that uses a lot of samples because of the sample memory. So I think that's really awesome. MIDI Learn is a really cool feature. If you're going to be using the you have to, I mean, USB MIDI might be a better approach for the MIDI Learn. So if you have another device that has USB MIDI, you might want to use that for the MIDI Learn because I don't know if you're going to want to use up all your MIDI jacks if you're connecting other Electron boxes. That's something to keep in mind. But the idea that we have MIDI Learn, that's sick. And it was very intuitive to get that figured out. I think the box altogether just sounds better than it did before. And I love that. So that's great. It feels good. The buttons feel, I mean, it's a new Digitakt. My Digitakt was highly abused. So it's very clicky on my old Digitakt. This one feels a little bit less clicky. It feels a little bit more marshmallow, which I like. The encoders feel great. I mean, I'm stoked about it. I am fumbling my way through it because I'm so used to the way things worked on the original Digitakt. And I don't know what to do with my original Digitakt. Like I said earlier, maybe I'll pair another Digitakt with my modular. Maybe I'll just use this Digitakt with my modular. I'm not sure. But I'm very excited about it. I plan on making a ton of music with the Digitakt 2, probably starting all new sets over and finding some new workflow to take advantage of stereo, which I think is great. So download a bunch of stereo samples, put them on your Digitakt, and have fun with that. I think like getting yourself a bunch of loops that are in stereo and throwing that on here and chopping them up with the slice machine or the grid machine is going to be a really good time. So look forward to doing that. That's what I'm going to do. I think preparing a bunch of samples from my DAW and bringing them over to my Digitakt would be a really good idea because you can use these amazing plugins that you have on your computer and then bring them over to your Digitakt. I think that's cool. Oh, in other news, before I jump, there's going to be a show on Tuesday, another Modbang show. We got Jay Hosking coming in from Canada to play the show. So if you're in Seattle, come check it out. It's going to be a really great time. That's Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the 4Bs. DJ Weak Acid, local awesome musician, also the manager of Patchworks here in Seattle. That's who's going to be playing as well. And Som Shankar from Portland also coming up. So we have some people from out of town coming to play the show. This is going to be a badass show. And then I'm playing as well, which is whatever. But because I'm excited for these other players because I love listening to these guys. Particularly excited to have Jay come up all the way from Canada. You know, that's work. It's work to come in from another country and go through that whole rigmarole of passing through the borders. It's a total pain in the ass. So thank you, Jay, for doing that if you ever see this stream. Otherwise, I hope to see y'all next week or this Tuesday. And for those of you who are on the EZBOT Patreon and do the sound check with me, which is this weekly meetup that we do for an hour, I'll see you guys in the morning. And we'll check out the Digitakt 2 together, and you can ask me all the questions that you want there. So thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll see you next week. You're the best, and get yourself a Digitakt 2.